Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Fortung. I'm the host of this podcast, Doers Within Emerging Markets. And I just want to share my experience with using Anchor so far. When the pandemic started, I thought about starting a podcast, and the whole idea was to bring in some really amazing folks that are doing some great work in their respective industries within the emerging markets. And the Anchor platform really helped me get the word out there and also just make it a lot easier for me to invite the guest and just share the amazing experiences they've had and the amazing work they're doing in their respective industries within the emerging markets. So it's pretty fun. You don't even worry about the technical part of making a podcast. You actually just focus more on the content. And Anchor has done it really well for me. So I will highly encourage anybody who is trying to start a podcast to try to use. Just check out Anchor, and I think you won't regret it. I'm not a technical person, but if you listen to these episodes that I've been publishing so far, it seems like I know what the technical part of it, but Anchor helps you take care of the technical part, and you just focus on the content. So feel free to check it out. I highly encourage you. Won't regret it, and it's right there. You don't pay anything. So in times like this, I think starting a podcast and getting the word out there, irrespective of what you're doing, will be a really great experience. So thank you guys for listening to my episodes. Please check out Anchor, and you will have a great time. So cheers, guys, and see you guys next episode. Thanks.
Said you have to love what you're doing to be good at it. Also, so that also you have like the personality that fits into what it's needed for the position. Also, that's something that we do like structured all these tests, and we've tested a lot of people in the organization. So we try to define, okay, what is the personality that this person needs to fill on this particular job.
Exactly.
So we tend to start from there, and also obviously, experience and CV, and the recommendations definitely are a big plus. No, because it's always if someone that you trust can tell you, okay, this person is really good in these things and not so good in those other things. That's super valuable. So recommendations are worth a lot. Second, maybe the tests that we do, like more personality-wise, more than aptitude. And then third, probably it's like the CV and experience and all those things.
Okay. Makes sense. So I think you mentioned that, and I think this question. So as you built this, so I saw that in Edifica, it started in 2006.
Yeah. So our first building, the 2006. Yeah.
And with that, there was the first project started in 2015. There was a gap.
No. The first project started in 2006.
2006. Okay.
Yeah.
But what happened in 2015? Based on I think 2015 is when you actually started making. That's when you actually started selling back the buildings?
No.
Okay.
We started in 2006 to sell the building.
Okay.
It all started like that.
Okay.
The timeline is 2006 to 2012.
Okay.
Like the market was really
bad.
good,
Okay.
so we started.
Okay.
We started with a very small. Project. So it was like an 8-apartment building. We sold, I think, a bit under $500,000 on that project that year, and then because the market was booming, now we started rolling all the profits we made into more projects, and we started instead of doing doing one project at a time, then we started doing 2-3 projects at a time. And then in 2008. It's when we start working with investors.
Okay.
So we start to scale our projects, right?
Okay.
In 2008, our projects, which were still, we started with one 8-apartment project, and then we started doing in parallel 2-3 8-apartment projects, or 12-apartment projects, etc. And then we started growing into 30-50 apartment projects, working with investors.
Yes.
And also growing in a number of projects. So basically we got more professional in the ways we handled investors, which attracted more investors and allowed us to do bigger projects.
Yes.
And all of that until 2012. The market was fantastic. In 2013, the market crashed completely, and there we basically entered into a strengthening mode. No? So we're very packed right now because we used to have another office. So we downsized. We had to let a lot of people go. But we also became a lot more efficient in our processes. So we really became more fit. So we still, even though the market downturn, which was pretty big. So do you have an idea on 2014, the units sold in Lima were less than half of what was sold in 2012. So the market fell over 50%.
Wow.
And still 2018 we're selling maybe 70% of what we sold in 2012. So that's a big that big of a drop. So it went down. 2010 went down. 2014 went down. 15 it stayed down or went down a little bit. And then 2016, 17 it started picking up, but we're still at 70% of where we were back then.
This is good.
So it was a big fall. But we did a couple of things right. The first thing that we did was we split the construction and the developing company. Because they're really different businesses with different skill sets needed. So in construction you have to be all about efficiency and costs, and development you have to be a lot more creative and forward-looking. You have to be more of a risk taker. They're really different skill sets. So first, the people. Even the culture in the company was struggling because of that, because having everything together.
Yes.
And also we didn't basically know where we were making money and where we were losing money. Because when everything's growing and prices are growing, it's really easy to make money, and it was really easy for us to make money. So basically, whatever we got into, it was a successful project. And we were overpriced in construction, but you didn't realize it because you were still profitable. So when we went out with the construction company and started building for others, we realized, we are not efficient in costs. We have to do this and we have to do that. Which was super positive, I think, for that. And we also, the other thing that we did well is that it was actually bad timing, but also in 2012, 2013, we said, let's try to diversify into different niches of what we've been good at doing. So we went to build outside Lima and a project for the more of a mass scale market, which is the bigger market actually. And we started doing office spaces now. So and those two projects just coincided with the market crash, and we not being experts on those markets, so we've struggled tons with those projects. Luckily, our office project, we managed to already finish it, and it's done and it's doing okay. But our project in province, which is in Piura, which is the north of Peru, we're still stuck in there because we bought a mega huge piece of land. We have a lot of years to develop it there, and it hasn't been a successful project now. So, but it allowed us to learn, and we said, if it's a down market, we have to focus on what we can do well, and where we have competitive advantages, and that's why we decided to focus on this specific market. So that was a good step, and it's been 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. There were 4 years where we were getting fit and getting better. we were still growing, luckily, because we already had like the backlog of everything with all the land we've bought that we had to develop. But we sold some pieces of land, so we downscaled. So I think our headcount went down, but we still grew on sales.
Yeah.
I know between all those years, maybe like 40%, so 50% with less headcount. So we managed to get fit basically.
Yeah.
And 2017 and 18, that we finished our office project, the project in Peru. Even though we're still like struggling with it, we already got it like in track, and now it's not such a big of a pain now. So we decided, okay, we can start growing again. No, also during all those years, we had a lot of fixed debt, so we were trying to pay off that debt. We're still paying off that debt now, but we're on a good track to do it.
Okay.
And we started thinking in how can we grow again now. So
Exactly.
that's where all these new ideas of new businesses come.
Yeah.
And in 2017 it was where we already did all this spin-off of things we already thought we did well.
Okay.
And that's were also crucial to our business, basically around investors, which had become one of our main advantages. So we said, okay, we think we can build different businesses out of these things we already do okay for us.
Yes,
And
yes.
we're like the best in the real estate market in doing this, so we can build like an ecosystem where they help us, but also we can build a business out of there, and we have a competitive advantage because we have the company. The company is efficient, but we can also make a business out of these new companies. So that's what we started to do, and now it's been crazy fun years also because it's a lot better to be thinking on how to grow on new businesses than on how to downsize and get efficient, and at least I like it a lot more. No, but well, it's a good experience also, and it's very difficult. I mean, real estate, it's definitely a cyclical market, always, everywhere, and it's very very difficult to see the downturn. That's the reality, so it's gonna come. So you have to just be prepared, so that when it comes, it doesn't hit you so hard, and it's, even if it's impossible to time it perfectly, maybe don't time it that bad. And if you start the company and Peru was growing a lot, ever since we started, it was growing a lot. The real estate market was always growing, so it's easy to say, okay, this is gonna go forever, and I cannot do anything wrong. So every project I do, I'm growing. It's fantastic. I'm scoring goals everywhere. So, but it's a humbling lesson, and it's been super, I think, super important for us. So we're still a bit cautious, and hopefully that cautiousness will maintain for the next time the downturn comes. But we think our read of the market is that if anything goes well, we're still on the lower part, and it should still climb. We should still have a couple of years of good years now. So it's a good time to invest. We think right now.
No, I mean, I think you answered most of my questions because I wanted to see how you evolved Edifica, right? It kind of makes sense that by 2017, 2018, you saw the possibility to diversify into core capital
and Net and Trendy Host, which are all businesses that are important to us. And one that are important to our business in general, but we think there's a market opportunity because the real estate market is a huge market. Now the other thing that I mentioned is a very diversified market. So the first developer, which was Grania, has 5% of the market now. So we're number 3 and we have 3% of the market. So it's very, very diversified now. So basically, obviously, what we can do for us with 3%, it's very small of the whole market pie. So we can really hit it on one of these markets, on one of these niches that we're trying and work with other developers. Potentially any one of those businesses could even become bigger than our core business now, which is Edifica, which is the idea. Not just to be one company, but this group of companies that are a bit more protected, especially against these downturns of the real estate market that will definitely come. And also when you start doing these things, new opportunities come around. No? Because there's this new project that it was also there in my presentation. I think this Fibra Latam project. That because we got into core capital and we were exploring REITs, we came into this partner, and we're now involved in this Fibra Latam project, which could potentially be huge, like the biggest thing we've ever done. No? Obviously, we only have like a small share of that because we've had to bring investors and so first we had a partner who is leading the project, so we're like the local partners and we're sort of co-managing this, but our partner is the leader in this project. And but we brought us some other investors, so it's a kind of a big group now, but the project is potentially huge. So
what does the other partner do? Like what's the end goal of the partnership?
The idea of the partnership is to create a Fibra. A Fibra is a REIT.
Okay.
So it's a real estate investment trust. But for Latin America, which buys properties in basically 3 core markets, which are Peru, Colombia, and Mexico, but also in the whole Spanish-speaking Latin America, so excluding Brazil, but also Chile, also Argentina, I think, come up, Costa Rica, I know Ecuador, Paraguay, Uruguay, so basically to become like a unified platform in Latin America. So it's a very
that's a huge project.
It's a huge project. It's a very aggressive project. We've been working a lot on that. So a lot of my time, a lot of time of my team in Core Capital is going into this project. But I don't know. It's as an experience, it's been fantastic. So we have already like a big syndicate of banks that have signed in for the project now, so at least they believe in the project, which is a good start. But the idea is to go like in the first semester of this year with an IPO. It's a very peculiar REIT because what it does, we don't bring any of our properties to the market, but basically we sign contracts with people who want to sell us they're obliged to sell to us, contingent that we raise the money in the IPO. So basically, if we raise the money, we have to buy the properties and they have to sell. If not, they give us some time to do that. So we basically have gone out to buy properties without any money, which has been a big risk.
It's a big risk.
A big, I don't know risk, but a big challenge. And also we have to convince now the market, because we're going public with this. We're doing like a multi-country IPO. So it's gonna be based in Lima, but we're also doing IPOs simultaneously in Colombia and Mexico, and also like a 144 Reg S for institutional investors all around the world. Also, we want to raise around 500 million in the IPO now. So it's like another magnitude of doing things. Fantastic. It's one of these opportunities that came, and it's hard to say. You have to choose which ones you say yes and which ones you say no. So this came, and I was like, I had already so much in my table. And my partners are always telling me, man, you're crazy, don't get into any more things. But I thought that this could be interesting, so we decided to jump into that. We'll see now. It's been like, we've been working this the whole year. It's been like fantastic learning experience. at least that so far. But like I said, we've advanced a lot now. We have like a lot of properties already signed and under these contracts, and we're looking to do the IPO in the first semester this year. You know, we have like UBS as the global coordinator to raise money, but we have like Actinver Actinver, which is an investment bank in Mexico. We have Credit Corp Capital here in Peru. We have Bancolombia in Colombia. We have Santander, who's gonna help us raise money in Brazil and Europe in general. And we're looking to. We had a great meeting like a couple of weeks ago in New York with Nomura, so they can raise money for this project in Asia. So we built like a whole syndicate of banks that, you know, if the idea goes, they're gonna. I think if they cannot raise the money, I don't know who can.
Exactly.
But well, it's a completely different from what we've done now, because it's public markets. All we were doing were private markets. But in general, it was an interesting opportunity, and we've jumped into it. You know? So that's another of the projects we're working on now. Yeah.
So this sounds like it's gonna be a 10-20 year project.
Yeah, that's a huge project. But the thing is that I mean, we're like in the founders group. But if the IPO goes well and it's successful, then it's a whole new company now. So we have a budget to hire staff and pay staff. So the thing changes completely, and then it's like an internally managed REIT. So it has its own team, and we'd be only like in the board of directors and piloting it, but we would, along with a lot of the investors and everything. So we would be just. We're doing all the work of creating this and bringing it to the market, but once it goes to the market, it becomes a public company, which is managed it's managed like a public company by the market. We as founders have some seats in the board, but that would be a role, not a pilot, but not. So the most time consuming for us is right now that we're building this company. We're like in the entrepreneurial phase now, so it's a lot of people working in this right now.
Exactly. That's amazing.
That's gonna be fun.
And so it's just to get the point. So you guys find buildings, like you guys find buildings, redesign it, or
no? It's buildings which are already have rents.
Okay.
So the idea is that we buy maybe buildings that are not as professionally managed. So you give it professional management, and you also create like a real estate platform in Latin America now, because the tenants that you have in some place, then if there are no multinational tenants, then if they want like office space in some other country in Latin America, we can provide that from them. We can buy the building and lease them, and you have only one landlord. So you create this platform, and basically you also have economies of scale and access to different deals that so we bring investors now the possibility to invest in Latin America as a whole, basically, rather than, because it's very difficult if you're now an Asian bank and you want to get into Latin America. Basically, there are no REITs, so you have to go and find like a local player in Peru, maybe who and do all the research, and maybe it's not even that big, so you can put like a decent ticket, and you have to do the same in every country, which it's a very local market. So we've created this founding team. Now we've built like a lot of knowledge in Colombia, Peru, Mexico, and Chile, which are the core markets now. And then through this network of contacts, which are basic in general in Latin America, in emerging markets, I think everywhere now to make business. But especially in real estate, which it's a very local market, real estate. So through this network of contacts, we want to expand it and build this Latin American real estate platform. So the idea of the REIT is we do an IPO of $500 million, but the REIT won't be successful if we cannot come again to the market to ask for money and raise more property and be, I know, a $5-10 billion REIT in 10 years. Because if we have all these banks here, what they want is not a piece of a $500 million deal, but a piece of a $10,000 million deal, because I know they want to offer it to the Norwegian sovereign fund, that in order to make sense for them, they have to put, I know, $500 million.
Definitely.
So they need the scale. No? So this IPO is just like a small beginning, like to say, okay, if we can do this, if we can buy $500 million in properties without any money, we will be able to, if once we have our support and with all that, we're going to be able to do it a lot better with money. And already with this network working better and everything, and we're going to give you access to this market, which is very underrepresented, I think, in the REIT market in general. It doesn't exist. Mexico has some REITs, but that's it. You don't have any other REITs in Latin America in general. The regulation in Peru just came afloat a couple of or a year ago or so. There's only one very small REIT in the market right now that just did its IPO in December, so it's super new. So we're coming with this huge multinational project.
I think it's actually smart, and especially when you explain the syndicate helps bring in like that. It's a very smart approach.
Yeah, I mean, the idea comes from our partner. Our partner is he actually comes from investment banking. So
That kind of explains.
Through banking, he actually structured. He's basically like the father of the REITs in Mexico. No? So he used to work for the regulator first. So he like he's also a super creative person. No? So he kind of tried to bring the REITs to Mexico and to make the regulation work so that REITs could exist in Mexico. Then through working in different banks, he basically structured the first 5 REITs that came to the market in Mexico. And then he decided to go out and do his own REIT with the same idea. No? So I don't have any properties, because all the REITs came from a family who had a portfolio of properties, big families, and they sold it to the market. No? But he came and said, I don't have any properties, I'm going to sign only these deals, contingent that, and show them to you, contingent on that if I raise the money, then I'll go on buy these properties, and then I'll scale like that. So he scaled it like that, and he did that. But he did it not in the best time in Mexico. There were already too many big players, so it was different. There was too many competition to get good properties. He was too small. It's still been like a successful case, but also the REITs in Mexico got it's not very good, the market right now, because a lot of the mistakes that happen usually, like the structures weren't correct, so the fees that the managers charged were too high, so that's really depressed the market in Mexico. But he then said, okay, we have to do this big in Latin America, and with all the learned lessons built in, also the leanest, the best possible structure in terms of fees, in terms of corporate governance, in terms of everything, like the top in the class in the world, basically. Bring it there, and that's the way to really scale this. And so we'll see how it goes. It's an interesting project.
That's actually good. No, that's perfect. I think the question that can be follow up is like, so is real estate the place to start if you really want to? Was real estate the did you think about it as a place to begin to actually like grow other companies? Because I mean, there might be other sectors here in Peru that
are interesting.
Why real estate? Why did you start?
Why real estate? I mean, it wasn't as planned, really. Actually, how it all happened, we started with Hacia Sur, which is a magazine. No?
Oh, okay.
And we started with Hacia Sur because it was an idea we came up with while we were in college, and we said,
college. Okay.
We're in college. We came out with this idea. That was 2003, and we said, okay, this could be a good business. It's gonna be fun. It's like a magazine, this beach town, which is very cool and hip. So we said, okay, this is the perfect business.
Yeah.
We threw the numbers. We said we're gonna get rich. No, which wasn't the case so much.
Yes.
But it was. But we also got. But we had the idea was. I mean, the idea was perfect. So the magazine just exploded. It got into this niche in the perfect time. And it grew like crazy.
Okay.
And we really did not make much money out of that because we also reinvested everything in making the magazine. So the product was amazing. We grew in sales like crazy for several years, but then the market crashed, and also because
Online.
because online advertising came and just killed magazines, and also because also the value proposition that we had, that was basically pictures of social lifestyle, and they love that.
Let's see.
That's what we did now, for example. So this is Hacia Sur, for example.
Okay. Oh,
That's from last year. So.
that's it, and it's still going, right?
What? And that's. I mean, the thing is that these are all not. That's the concept. This is not a model. So she's like a girl everyone knows in the beach town. So she's like a popular girl there, but not this beach complex that goes there. So it's all super local. It's not like a celebrity or anything. She's a girl from out there. So that's the concept of the whole magazine. No?
Okay, that's very easy. Okay.
But you see, it's a lot of social pictures, and we used to have like. Over here it's like the social lifestyle. So now it's all people you know. No, that's the thing.
That's a Katy Perry.
What?
Katy Perry.
But that's an advertising. That's advertising, you see. No? So there aren't really, and a lot of social life pictures. No, but the concept is that first online killed us, and second the value proposition that we made was seeing pictures of your friends. Facebook stole that also. So it was a double whammy, and I don't know. It's still going, and it's actually still tinily profitable, but sales have come down 50% or more. But how we started this is the magazine, but still we saw that the magazine. We were 4 partners there, no?
Yes.
We still saw that the magazine was not a big enough business, so we could all focus full time on this, no? So my 2 partners are civil engineers.
Okay.
So when they finished school, they said, okay, what can we do? We love being entrepreneurs. We were all managing the company that long distance, so we hired like a manager, and I was working in somewhere else in the textile business, which is my father's business now.
Okay.
So I was getting to that, and my partners come and say, okay, we already know, we have this idea, real estate, it's a huge market. We cannot, because the experience of working together was great, but just the business wasn't big enough, for to support us long term, all of us. So they said, come work with us. I didn't know anything about construction or real estate because I'm an industrial engineer, but they convinced me that the market was big enough for all of us to get into there, and that's how we ended up in real estate now, because they pay. And then we've started now thinking a bit more sophisticated about some of the things. But back then it was just the opportunity that came, and we wanted to be entrepreneurs basically, and we saw like an opportunity there, and we went and took it.
Okay, so it was more opportunity based.
Yeah.
And so you guys met this was 2006 when you guys were. This one started
2003.
2003. Okay, 2006. Okay.
Yeah.
This is good. This is really good. I don't know how comfortable you are with because I mean you shared like the revenues and how much you made and stuff. I think this is fine. I can use this as a presentation. You know, in the US, we always ask for net income rather than revenue, but I think this is still fine. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I appreciate this one. I was just curious about the Trendy host. Is the numbers not?
There are numbers because I gave you numbers for 2017. I think,
yes. You gave
we have numbers 2008. In 2017, Trendy host. I mean, we opened our first. We opened this Osma project. We opened it on January 2018 actually.
Are you serious?
So 2017. There wasn't ever any revenue yet. So we have revenue for 2018 now. No, because we're.
That's right. Because I just had to.
I mean, I can give you the updated numbers for all of that.
That'd be great.
I
just want, and for the presentation, I'll just like show like, you know, just one annual year of 2017, 2018. Of what is like what you have. So
I can give you all the info. You know what? I'll contact you with Christina. And I'll introduce you to her in a while.
Okay.
So she can get numbers for you, updated, and also well, if you have any questions, you can also meet with her. She gets all this information. She works directly with me.
Definitely.
And manages all the information.
So I'll just talk to the other one. But I think this has been great. And I think I hope that it can be a continuous interaction.
Absolutely,
I'd love to come here again.
Absolutely.
And it just because I think it's more of an extensive study, but also to learn how people can learn from you as well. I think it doesn't have to be just a one-time thing. I'd love to.
Absolutely, no. I mean, I'll tell you how the projects are going and how's everything evolving.
Definitely.
Perfect.
And I really appreciate the fact that you allowed me to come.
No, absolutely. If you want, I'll go now and introduce you to the different people. No.
Sure.
And maybe you can arrange meetings with them for a short talk. So we'll go and then what we can do is I'm gonna be leaving Thursday night.
No.
Okay.
Where are you going? Don't leave me here.
I'm going to Edifica actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I have an event there. My family and they are staying. I thought we were coming back, but then we had an event this weekend with my parents. So my wife and my kids stayed, so I'm going back to pick them up.
Okay.
Well, but I'll leave you in touch with people. We can meet tomorrow also.
Sure.
So you can after talking with all the people, tell me what you've seen. Or if you have any other questions, we have another session. We can clear up any doubts that you have.
Yeah, definitely.
And nothing. And then I'll leave you in touch with everyone.
Yes.